What up, though, fam? In a world where people think Elon Musk is a hero. All right, can't be a super long stream today. Gonna breeze through some stuff. Kai and I have a dinner. Saw a lot of people saying they like the earlier time, so I actually do too because it's like a whole ordeal where I have to end my day with a stream every day. So we may mix in some earlier streams. I will address some misinformation in the chat. Austin's so scared to debate Professor Dave, he's demanding $10,000. No, I challenged Professor Dave to a debate almost 3 years ago, and he's the one that's clearly scared. Then he agreed to debate on Fight the Flat Earth, and they reached out to me. I said, I'm not going on Fight the Flat Earth, an anti-flat Earth channel with the most toxic, lying, dishonest person on the internet, arguably. And then Bryant Myers, the former professor of physics that reached out to me, that I debated, he reached out to me saying, I'll pay you money. You said $10,000. I said, they came to me first before I even thought of it. I just said no. I was like, I'll debate you on a fair platform, period. Just ignore them. Then he reached out to me with a money offer. I said, no, I'm not doing it. I don't care. It's not about that. It's about the principle, like $5,000 or something. I said, no. And that was actually, he hit up Dave, and then Dave hit me up, relaying the message. And then we combated as a joke, thinking there's no way they'd accept it. We were like, 10 grand as a joke. And then I was like, if you interrupt once, I get all the money or something. It was just a joke. I'm like, but I'll do it for free on a fair, neutral platform. And then Brian ends up reaching out to me, blowing me up, constantly asking me, jumping in my chat, jumping in my comments, emailing other people, emailing me, please take it. Here's 10 grand. I'll do the 10 grand. I'll do the 10 grand. I'll give you $5,000 up front, then $5,000 in third party escrow, blah, 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 blah. Bawling me or begging me to do it. Eventually, I said, okay, we can do it. I get to stream it to my channel. I get to make a contract that says it has to be fair. There's no MC Tune and Fight the Flat Earth jumping in, interrupting. It's not 4v1. It's not like ask the questions and dogpile on Austin and make all kinds of comments, interrupt, mute me, let him constantly interrupt me, and just be fallacious. It has to be a fair debate. And he agreed, and then he's like, I'm like, I don't really want to say it publicly because I don't know that you're going to keep your word. He's like, I swear I'll keep my word. If I back out, if Professor Dave backs out, whatever, I'll still give you the money. I promise I'll keep my word. Then I publicly said it. And just like I knew they would, they then backed out because they wanted to try to trap me into publicly saying I agreed to the debate with Professor Dave, which is supposed to be December 16th. So then they could pretend that I'm scared or something. Okay. And no, I'm not. You're not going to get to, like, you don't get to use me and try to, like, that's not how this works. Okay. So there's that, even though I shouldn't have to address it. That's just objectively what happened. And I actually have all the emails to prove it. I'll probably end up showing them, right? He swore up and down. And then actually what happened was he made so many promises. I trusted him. I then went and like paid off certain debts I had preemptively because I'm like, oh, well, he's going to basically replace this money. And then he just backed out. It's like, oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm not going to do it. Right after I publicly said it and paid it. So then he just screwed me over where I spent like thousands on debt, like the little bit of money I did have, right? A few $1,000. And now I don't have it. And we're like a couple weeks out from my daughter being born. So that just goes to show you what kind of people they are. And then you have people, then they're running around saying, I demanded money. I won't debate without money. I'm just an immoral comment and all this crazy stuff. When they literally just screw me over when I have my first child on the way, right? Because I actually took Bryant for his word. So that's what actually happened. That's what we're dealing with, like the worst people ever. I'll debate him for free on a fair, neutral platform. Like I've been saying since the beginning, I'm not going to give him the biggest viewed video he's ever had, so they can like set me up. Okay, enough of that. Now that that's been addressed. I saw someone say, should I just go ahead and go to Rockfin? No, probably not, because this isn't going to be a very long stream. So there's a few things. The title of the stream is Musk Suck to Musk, Musk Suck to Suck. And it's, of course, about Elon Musk, who a lot of people in the normie world seems to think is some type of hero. And so we're going to expose this dude. Okay, so, of course, it's a crazy sequence of events where Ye comes out and says, like, I'm going DEFCON on the Jews, DEFCON 3 on the Jews or something like that. And then gets banned off everything, called anti-Semitic, blah, blah, blah. Then he tries to clarify that he's just talking about these businessmen that are screwing him over and he loves Jewish people, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people in power are Jewish. He keeps getting censored. You know the story. Then Elon's in the news about how he's going to bring everyone back and let them have free, fair speech, fair, free speech. He's not going to be censoring people, all this nonsense. He buys Twitter for $44 billion when it's worth allegedly like a fourth of that. Makes no sense. Of course, this is the same guy who apparently like does everything that no human could possibly do all at once. And there are all these major things that fit right within the New World Order Agenda 2030 agenda. What a coincidence. So he's sketchy on his face, obviously, but it does seem like there's some type of psychological operation going on now. The idea that Ye's a part of it is a stretch to me. I covered some of that. We'll keep watching it. Am I fully falling for him like he's some type of idol? No. Am I just some crazy psychopathic, paranoid conspiracy theorist that just automatically assumes everything is some big elaborate plan? No, because I'm not stupid. So I just kind of in the middle with that. But it's interesting that then Balenciaga, right after Ye gets dropped by all these people, then Balenciaga comes out with its scandal. It's almost as if that was planned. And this is one of the reasons I pulled my stream. The other one was really that I showed all kinds of really graphic images and realized I didn't even want my wife watching it. And I also knew I needed to still look into the InfoWars thing and watch it fully. So I'm glad I took that down because it was super graphic. It was hard for me to watch it. And that's what it is. But anyway, so I thought maybe I'm playing into the psyop, right? What a coincidence that right after that happens and Ye cuts ties with them, or they cut ties with Ye more so, then they come out with this scandal where it's like very clearly you put it in plain sight. Child pornography Supreme Court case on the desk. You have the person that makes all kinds of crazy illustrations of children being hurt and maimed with all kinds of appendages and blood and all this crazy stuff everywhere. You have that dude's book in the back stacked up with the 3 books. And then, of course, you have the children with the BDSM. Then you look into them, and it's a really dark, crazy post all over Instagram, right? Where if you say a man's a man and you all this stuff, you can get kicked off Instagram, but you can just have soft core pornography, or basically just women can just be naked, like actually naked on Instagram now for the most part. And then you can just sexualize children and you're fine. So we started to go down that rabbit hole. And I think that's kind of what they want. They want people to become desensitized to this conversation, to see how dark it is. I don't know, but it seems interesting that it came out right after. Like, what are the odds, right? And then at the same time, we have Elon now, like all in the news constantly about free speech this, free speech that. And then he kicks Ye off after saying free speech for posting a picture. And then it was after he posted a picture of Elon and Ghislaine Maxwell. And then he deleted him for something else, saying he's inciting violence with a symbol, blah, blah, blah. So it's clear there are clearly psychological operations going on. Our job is obviously to kind of figure out what exactly is going on, what's the aim, what's true, what's not true, what should we like sit back and wait on. I think Ye is what we should sit back and wait on as an example. And Elon is in the middle of all of it. That's what I'm trying to explain. And it is, of course, suspicious timing at the least that all this is going on. So we're going to find little Mr. Elon over here real fast on Twitter. And he's being propped up like he's some type of hero. Should Julian Assange be let go, or should he be imprisoned, or like we're going to drop the bomb on the fact that Twitter was hiding all kinds of stuff about the elections and about the Hunter Biden laptop at the time of the election and all that stuff, right? Acting like he's some type of hero. Okay, so what he did while all this chaos is going on and everyone's paying attention to all this other stuff, what he subtly announces, and it just slides right past everyone, is he's now announcing that they will be doing their Neuralink human trials within 6 months. Now, they've said they were going to do their human trials a while, right? They're like, oh, we're going to do it in 2022. They said that last year. Let me come over here. But anyway, we're going to watch some of this video. And we'll let the psycho Elon Musk tell you himself what he wants to do. And then we'll go from there. Let's put chips in our brain. Put chips in your brain. Elon Musk insane. Put a chip in your brain. Probably go through your veins. Want you to become AI. 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 Bars. Yay, yay, let's clap for our slavery, transhumanism.
All right, welcome to the Neuralink show and tell. So we've got an amazing amount of new developments to share with you.
This guy's such a genius, he can't speak.
I think are incredibly exciting, as well as tell you about the future of what we're planning to do here. It's and now this is meant to be a technical podcast, or sort of like a I'm going to provide an overall summary, and then we're going to have a number of members of the Neuralink team come in and give a deep technical overview of the various areas. So so let me move forward with the overall summary. Now, some of the things I'm going to say are things if you've been following Neuralink, you've already heard before. But for a lot of people out there, they've no idea what Neuralink does. And so I'll be a little bit repetitive of things you may already know. But
so, like, of course, this is this narrative that's going around that he's doing this for benevolent reasons, and that his motivation is to help people with cancer and brain injuries and all this stuff. The chip they want to put in your brain. I've shown on this channel, and I'll show in a second that he said that you can actually do it intravenously. That you can bypass the blood-brain barrier getting this chip, but you don't even need like actual invasive surgery. You could just get something injected into your vein, and like in your neck or something, and it would go through your vein, bypass the blood-brain barrier, and then settle into your brain, and then it would network out. This is real life. This is like this hero that and most people here know, but it's interesting to figure out. The timing here seems to be very suspicious, right? Like everyone's distracted all over the place. And Ye is part of the distraction now. Is Ye genuine or not? I don't know. If you watch my Kanye West stream, I did kind of predict that this archetype of uncontrollable billionaires is a very useful asset to some type of plan to distract people and to lure them into a false sense of security. You have Trump, you have Elon, you have Ye. Well, now they're all three all in the news, and they're all three doing separate things. And then after I said that, I found out that Elon had actually posted a picture of Ye, Elon, and Trump as the three musketeers crossing swords, and then he took it down. Now the question is Ye really bucking the system? It seems like a bit of a stretch to say it's some crazy psychological operation where he's saying, reach out to all the truthers, say all the stuff that we actually don't want people to know, and we're going to try to prevent you from being seen anywhere. It doesn't really make much sense, but is it possible? I guess. But one thing's for sure is everyone is super distracted where they're like, oh, Balenciaga. So Ye's saying truth, and it looks like they're distracting from him maybe, right? Where they're like, oh, Balenciaga, let's discredit Ye. Because he said he's friends with the main designer there. He worked there for years. He opened up our last show. Well, like, oh, Balenciaga scam, right? And then you have Elon over here talking about free speech. Should I I'll bring Trump back, but not Alex Jones. Oh, we'll bring Ye back. Then I'll personally decide who gets to stay. I don't like what you said. I'll kick you off. So that you'll be desensitized to this is the new free speech, which is not free speech. It's still someone else dictating whether or not you're allowed to say something when he himself is the one that ran around saying free speech is when someone you don't like says something you don't agree with. So it seems like it's like an intense psychological operation to condition and desensitize people to losing their free speech and pretend that they're taking it back. It's somewhat brilliant in a way, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, you're free now. Come on over here. You're free, but you're not. And that's what I also predicted what ultimately is going to happen is something akin to an internet bill of rights where they're going to sway the pendulum back over. They're going to come in to save the day. They're going to readjust the entire system. It's going to become updated and upgraded, whether that be the entire technological sector, transportation, monetary, financial systems. All of this is going to be redone. They're going to try to internet bill of rights to get our free speech back on the internet. But of course, that will be a bait and switch, as then you will be saying that it is the government that has control over your free speech and the enforcement of that. So anyway, moving on, the point is that he comes out a couple days ago doing this when everyone's paying attention to all this other stuff. Like, oh, he's going to drop the Twitter files. He didn't just buy a company. He bought a crime scene. Oh, look what they were doing during the election, blah, blah, blah. And then suddenly they're rolling this out. So let's get into it.
That others do not. So The overarching goal of Neuralink is to create ultimately a whole brain interface. So a generalized input-output device that in the long term literally could interface with every aspect of your brain, and in the short term can interface with any given section of your brain and solve a tremendous number of things that cause debilitating issues for people. So so our long term is I'll talk a little bit about a long term goal. It's going to sound a little esoteric, but it was actually my prime motivation, which was kind of what do we do about AI? Like, what do we do about artificial general intelligence? If we have digital super intelligence that's just much smarter than any human, how do we mitigate that risk at a species level? How do we mitigate that risk? And then even in a benign scenario where the AI is very, very benevolent, then how do we even go along for the ride? How do we participate? And
What?
conclusion.
What are you talking about? How do we go along for the ride? What?
Thing that the biggest limitation in going along for the ride and in aligning AI, I think, is the bandwidth, the how quickly you can interact with the computer. So we are all already cyborgs in a way, in that your phone and your computer are extensions of yourself. And if you
we're already cyborgs in a way, but there's no way his intention is to make you a cyborg, though.
I'm sure you found, like, if you leave your phone behind, you end up tapping your pockets, and it's like having missing limb syndrome. Like, where the phone is, leaving your phone behind is kind of like a missing
This
limb.
dude is such a genius that he hasn't mastered the English language yet.
At this point, you're so used to interfacing with it. You're so used to being a de facto cyborg. So what's
the negative is we become addicted to technology, where it's basically like we're already cyborgs, because when we leave with our phone, we're like, oh, is there a limb missing? It's like, oh, we're already like incredibly addicted to technology. It's like out of control. We're like, we can't survive without our phone anymore. It's like an extension of ourselves. It's kind of a problem. We're like addicted to technology. So the only solution would be to literally put the technology inside of us.
What's the limitation on a phone or a laptop? Limitation is the rate at which you can receive and send information, especially the speed with which you can send information. So if you're interacting with a phone, it's limited by the speed at which you can move your thumbs, or the speed at which you can talk into your phone. This is an extremely low data rate. Maybe it's like 10, optimistically 100 bits per second, but a computer can communicate at gigabits.
Well, you can't communicate at all, my dude.
Can communicate at gigabits, terabits per second. So this is the fundamental limitation that I think we need to address to mitigate the long-term risk of artificial intelligence, and also just go along for the ride. And yeah. So, but like I said, that's an esoteric explanation.
Esoteric, meaning like occultic. That's your esoteric motivation is to make people cyborgs. Like, just come right out and say it. You can't really come right out and say anything, though. You made that pretty abundantly clear.
That I think will appeal to a niche audience, some of whom may be here. And that's a very difficult problem. So even if we do not succeed with that problem, I think we are confident at this point that we will succeed at many. It's solving many brain injury issues, spine injury issues along the way. So
all you have to do is listen to the words that he's attempting to say, which is my primary motivation was seeing that artificial intelligence is on a pace to take over. And I wanted to combat that. Like, how can we combat that, be a part of that? Like how fast that we communicate or get communication or information is limited to our thumb speed or how fast we can talk to the phone. But AI, the computer, is going to be way faster than that. So we need to put the computer in our brain. It's the only way that we can combat artificial intelligence is to actually integrate with artificial intelligence so that we lose our actual ability to make decisions independently and what makes us human, even though that's you of a man. So what makes us men and women, like living sentient beings from the creator, we should take that away, because if we don't, then there may be AI that isn't part of humans and they may take over. So what we'll do is we'll create AI and we'll make the humans AI. That'll solve the problem. He is a genius problem solver.
Yeah. So
like, how awkward is this dude, bro?
Issues, spine injury issues along the way. So yeah. So anyways.
Yeah, because you're terrible at giving speeches, man. No one can even follow what you're saying, Mr. Genius. But he said, he was like, if we don't accomplish that goal, we're pretty sure that we can at least accomplish some side benefits, like fixing your spine or something on the way, along the way, were his exact words or attempted words. So along the way, along the way to their actual goal, which is to integrate man with machine. He says it this is the same dude who said, when we mess with AI, we're basically summoning demons. Let's start an AI department. Let me start a company about artificial intelligence and we'll start making AI. Now let's put the AI inside of you. But AI is summoning demons. It's a really dangerous game. It's like once the cat's out the bag, there's no getting it back and it's already too late. But we should put it inside your brain. That makes me a hero. I'm here to save you. It's like the dumbest psyop ever. Maybe, right? It's like insane. I saw people on the internet defending this guy. He's our hero. This is a right-wing talking point. This is a left-wing talking point. I guess now it's the left wing against him. This is a left-wing talking point to say that he's trying to make us artificial intelligence. He's actually just trying to save people. It's like, whoa. Anyway, my point is that he's sneaking this through right now while all the distractions are going on. It's no coincidence.
So actually, we have Justin Roiland in the audience. Says, hi, Justin. So it's a little Rick and Morty reference here. There's a great Rick and Morty episode about intelligence enhancement of your dog, and what's the worst that could happen? So anyway, Rick and Morty, I recommend it. So you want to be able to read the signals from the brain. You want to be able to write the signals. You want to be able to ultimately do that for the entire brain.
Okay, shut up. And so what they show here in a little bit is they show a monkey using the technology to play a video game. Okay. Here you go.
So now this is this video is now 18 months old. So this is Pager, who is playing monkey mind pong. So this is Pager has.
We need some background
Neuralink
music or something. This
implant
dude sucks.
video. And the thing that's interesting is that you can't the neural implant. So we've miniaturized the neural implant to the point where it matches the thickness of the skull that is removed. So it's essentially it's sort of like having an Apple Watch or a Fitbit, replacing a piece of skull with like a smartwatch. Of a better analogy. So
how am I supposed to verify this monkey is doing anything with his mind anyway?
So you can see, he looks pretty, he's normal. And I think that's pretty important. If you have a Neuralink device, like I could have a Neuralink device implanted right now, and you wouldn't you wouldn't even know. I mean, hypothetically, maybe one of these demos. In fact, one of these demos I will. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So it just tells you. First time he's ever publicly said it. He said, actually, one of these demos I will. Okay, so that's the whole thing. I mean, let's just listen to him say it again. I mean, that's pretty important.
Like I could have a Neuralink device implanted right now, and you wouldn't you wouldn't even know. I mean, hypothetically, maybe one of these demos. In fact, one of these demos I will.
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be able to speak coherently then. That's crazy. I may actually be pro you getting the chip, Elon, because you'll be able to speak. Because you're put in our faces so much, the least you could do is speak coherently. It's akin to Biden. You think Biden's bad? Biden's like twice this dude's age. What do you think Elon's gonna sound like when he's like 80? Oh. Now I've already buried this dude many times. He's a psychopath in many ways. He's a fraud, right? But the point is that they're saying now that the human trials are going to roll out within the next 6 months. 6 months. And it's crazy, bro. But when I go look at like the internet, a lot of people want to take it. And when that dude says he put it in his brain, who knows if he will or not? People are going to be like, oh, look, it works. Even Elon took it. And they're going to take it. They're going to take it. And dude, they're not going to cut your head open to do it. It's going to be like a stamp. It's going to be like seamless, painless, bang. You could probably get it sent to you in the mail, do it to yourself. And if this is the mark, which I think it'll take a while for it to actually be the form of the mark and stuff, if it is, and who knows, and we could be many years out, I don't know. But I think that you might actually have to do it to yourself. I think you have to take it yourself. I think, so imagine you get something and you just like, stamp yourself. Okay, so now you can watch that video if you want to. I'll drop the link in the chat, but I couldn't watch the whole thing. It's unbearable. The dude talks at the pace of like a turtle sipping lean or something. It's like unbearable to me. But all right, now we're gonna come over here. Let's see what this dude's saying to the world here lately. All right. Just 120 million followers, just 1/3 of the US population. No big deal. All right. Starship takes beings of Earth to Mars. Japanese artist in 68 before he even allegedly went to the moon. So cool, man. So cool. Oh, Antarctica. See how scary and dangerous it is? You don't want to go here. But the good thing, we have Starlinks giving them unprecedented connectivity. Yeah. The intelligence of this hive mind will improve significantly as signal/noise, effective cross-linking of tweets, and speed of tweets all improve. The thing is, this is his whole point. He wants to make a hive mind, bro. That's his whole thing. Right? Anything anyone says will be used, whatever. The more Twitter improves, no one cares. No one cares. Okay, so there's a video, but I guess he didn't post it, where he's talking about what happened with the Kanye thing, and it's like ridiculous. This is like a Discord on steroids. 100,000 people can be live on Twitter Spaces. The most people voted yes that Assange and Snowden should be pardoned. So anyway, basically now this is one of the big slabs here, right? So let's just see how long he's been saying it. Okay, please screenshot examples that Twitter needs to fix. Who cares? So this is where he's talking about dropping this info about the election, right? It's just kind of crazy, like how much this dude has followed. But anyway, here we go. So this is why people think he's some type of hero right now. What you're about to read is the first installment in the series based upon thousands of internal documents obtained by sources at Twitter. No, like this is what's so crazy. This is why PSYOP works so well. Technically speaking, YouTube could potentially try to take the stream down for me reading the PSYOP, right? Like it's like, oh, it's truth, but it's a PSYOP, right? I mean, yeah, Hunter Biden's laptop, most of us saw it years ago, right? We know the dude's like a crackhead, does crazy stuff, says crazy stuff. They found his laptop. It had way too much personal information compiled over long periods of time, just like a personal use laptop would be. It was clearly his. And this is all just a PSYOP, though. It's all script, like the whole thing. Like they're like, just throw Hunter Biden under the bus. Like these people are dispensable to them. So this is basically what's going on here. They just show more to review from the Biden team. They're like sending things to the Biden team so that they can handle these. See, right? Where they get to select who's censored. They're putting this down for everyone where the government is working with big tech point blank back and forth to decide who's kicked off of Twitter. And Elon is the hero because he's showing the world, right? I'll just read some of these. The Twitter files tell an incredible story from inside one of the world's largest and most influential social media platforms. It's a Frankenstein tale of human-built mechanism grown out of control of its designers. Blah, blah, blah. As time progressed, however, the company was slowly forced to add those barriers. Some of the first tools for controlling speech were designed to combat the likes of spam and financial fraudsters. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? And it just goes on to show you that they're like censoring the people that they don't agree with. The government's working with Twitter to censor the people that they don't agree with. All right? But when in reality, what's actually going on is this guy is being propped up to take over with stuff like this, right? With stuff like, oh, we're all going to be connected in a hive mind with Neuralink. So, like I said, I don't have long because we have to go very shortly because we have to drive an hour to get to the dinner. So I'm just going to wrap this up by kind of telling you my take on all of it. So a lot of the super truthers, like super truthers, they're like, Austin, you're so stupid. I can't believe you can't see through this. Oh my gosh. You even did a stream yourself talking about how they were going to potentially use this archetype of billionaires between the three, Trump, Elon, and Ye, to pull off a psychological operation. Here you are falling for it. Right? It's like, okay, here's what I think. I think it's very possible that Ye is like bucking the system. I think it's also possible he's not. Like, so there's like theories like he's MK Ultra and all this stuff, and it's like, why would they want millions of people figuring out who Owen Benjamin is? Why would they want that? Owen Benjamin like thoroughly breaks spells, tells people to get out of big cities, get out of Hollywood, go buy your own land, make babies, become self-sustainable with food and animals. He tells people that the earth is actually flat and stationary with a firmament. Why would they want everyone to go watch him? And like we covered the other day, that like on that InfoWars thing, they're talking about all kinds of crazy stuff. So in my opinion, it could be very real. And Elon is for sure not to be trusted. This dude said he put a vacuum in space. Actually, there's There's a producer that knows him, texts him about flat Earth. He went crazy, cussed him out, and blocked him. He's buddy with all the Zionists. You know what I'm saying? He's clearly like controlled opposition. There's no doubt about that. Elon is suspect, bro. Let me actually read Ye's Instagram post. I guess he got kicked off Twitter, so he posted this on Instagram. He said, "Am I the only one who thinks Elon could be half Chinese? Have you ever seen his pics as a child? Take a Chinese genius and mate them with a South African supermodel, and we have an Elon. I say an Elon because they probably made 10 to 30 Elons, and he's the first genetic hybrid that stuck. Well, let's not forget about Obama. I'm sorry for using curse words in church, but I don't have another word for Obama yet." Day 24, let's unify and find out. And it says, on Jay-Z's birthday, future president of the United States, Ye, uses Mark Zuckerberg's platform to incite a mass investigation of Elon Musk's childhood photos in the midst of Balenciaga Gate. I call this the theory of everything problem solved. The theory of everything problem solved. He's just like trolling people, bro. It's hilarious. Let's see. We just got here. Super Trooper Truthers, RV Truth Policing. 444. I see you with the triple digits, bro. Shout out to my boy Marty. Thank you, Gnostic Academy, for the super chat. Super Trooper Truthers, man. You gotta watch out for the truth police. Everything is fake. Nothing can be real. Everything is a crazy, intricate psyop. No, actually, there's just crazy synchronicities that happen within the spiritual realm, right? And evil will have a certain resonance or vibration that will then to put stuff into place with fractal results. Are there a lot of crazy people doing crazy stuff? Absolutely. A lot of this is not that, though. Yeah, people got to chill, man. People got to chill. So anyway, basically what I think is, and I kind of covered some of it, I think Trump's not to be trusted at all. Obviously, he's a complete Zionist, bailed out by the Rothschilds for like $5 billion, never had to pay the loan back, get the Tree of Life Award, the most pro-Israel president ever. Just go look at the 66th floor of his place, of his little penthouse, and he's got like all kinds of crazy angels taking humans, Apollo on it, you know, the as above, so below with the mirrored ceiling, and he's got the two Gnostic pillars, whatever. Trump's not to be trusted at all whatsoever. Surely you've already seen do that, right? And then we have Elon over here, who is a very similar archetype, this billionaire that no one, the richest man in the world. They call him a genius, and everything he's doing is fitting into the New World Order agenda. I did recently do a stream on Elon Musk. It got pulled down pretty quick, and then I think I got it back up. But I'll play this other video real fast. All I'm trying to say is they're clearly pulling out a bunch of things as distraction. My opinion is
pop culture has touted
possibly a psychological operation to distract people, to desensitize people to evil graphic images. That's why I took my video down. I don't want to fall for it. Should we speak out against pedophilia? Of course. Should we speak out against the abuse of children? Of course. Should we speak out against the sexualization of children? Of course. We should speak out against it, but should we fully fall for it? No. And then, so that's one thing. I was pissed. I was like, wow, Ye just showed his true colors. I sit down and do my thing, and he's tweeting, I stand beside by Balenciaga for life. But then I just decided not to be one of these super truthers that's like, oh, see it, I knew it, right? I try to sit back and think about it, be honest. And like what you see clearly says in context is that one of his friends is the lead designer, right? Dimna. Now, when I was researching all that before I did the stream, I could not find Dimna. I couldn't find any dirt on him. Does that mean he's never done anything? No. I found one thing where he said, there was a quote attributed to him where he said, like, some say that since we were subjected to child pornography as children, and we grew up next to like radiation or something, that we're crazy, right? That's the only thing I could find on that guy. And I deep dove. Again, I took the video down, right? But I was looking at all their designers, their models, their photographers, all this stuff, and the lead designer, Dimna, I couldn't find anything on it. So it's like, is it possible that he's not into all this? I mean, I don't know. Like, would he not know and stuff like that? there's definitely an argument that like he had to know that there was evil around him. He's wearing this same sketchy mask, which is a Balenciaga mask, which has a BDSM undertone, and then he's not really like specifically calling him out and stuff. So I'm like, but he has an interview. He's like, notice how none of the other celebrities will talk about Balenciaga because they're controlled and they won't call them out and they're sexualizing our children. It's not just that problem. It's also just pornography in general and desensitization of pornography everywhere, including on Instagram and everything. And he does call it out. He just now mentioned Balenciaga Gate. He names a bunch of stuff. So is it I'm on the fence with it. The point is, I think that the Balenciaga Gate was planned. People did not naturally just walk up to to the computer and be like, oh, wow, they put children holding BDSM bears. They know that they almost can't get the slaves' attention. You see what I'm saying? If they put like blatant pedophilia symbols and references and stuff, people would do nothing. But they had the children like holding a bear with like this BDSM bear where people will actually say something, and they probably started circulating it. Then people started talking, and that's how it worked. To me, the Balenciaga thing is a psyop. That's what I think. I think it's like a distraction where they're using the media to distract away. And what are they distracting from? Like, for one, they're desensitizing you to all that graphic imagery. But I think that they're potentially, it's possible, right, that they're distracting away from the fact this dude's calling out the Jewish mafia. He's calling out like the hypersexualization of children. He's calling out like the blatant Satanism. He's calling out who controls all these industries. He's calling out a bunch of stuff that regardless need to be called out. Now, of course, to control the opposition, you must lead it, right? So we can definitely look at it from that angle. But anyone that swears up and down they know everything, dude, Owen Benjamin used to be in Hollywood. Oh, no, once you're in Hollywood, you don't leave alive. He's definitely a shill too. Well, shut up. You sound ridiculous to me. That's my opinion. You're on my channel. My opinion is you sound ridiculous, bro. You're not some super trooper truther. If you are, why don't you go make a channel? Why don't you go make some content and let everyone know how they're so beneath your ability to see the truth? Because I know people, I've talked to people that you're saying, oh, is B.O.B. controlled opposition too? As he exposed every single like psyop in 2015 and 16, just like exposed all of the lies and exposed all of the crimes and all of the propaganda. Let me guess, you can't be there. That's not how it works. It's not even feasible logically that everyone that's in Hollywood is a controlled MK Ultra puppet and there's no one that's not how it works. They get you to do certain things, right? They get you to do stuff like seemingly 4 ways. So like to do something gay, to do something with children or someone underage, to kill someone, or to have someone near you killed. And that's how they control you. Say that you choose the last option to have someone near you sacrificed. You won't know who it is until it happens, and then you're traumatized, and then you're scared of the fact that maybe someone else around you would also die if you didn't do what they said. So they got you controlled. If you slept with someone underage, or they trick you into doing it, then you wake up, they say, look, that girl was actually 15 or 16 or whatever, then they got you for life. They can just show it. You go around. See, that's why they love the rappers. Rappers are easy to get because they actually are in the streets at a young age, like killing people, shooting at people, right? Promoting gang violence and stuff. A lot of them did do that in their younger age. And they're just like, okay, look, we'll sign you. Are you getting out of hand? Well, but dude, we have all this evidence that you murdered this person. They can't speak. They'll go to prison for life. So this is how I think they control them with little stuff like this. They don't say pick out of your list. They try to come at them at different times, whichever one they take. If they don't take one of the 4 ways, they can blackmail you or traumatize you into submission, and they won't let you be famous. Okay, that's what it seems like it really is. And then they just wander through getting money, sleeping with women, doing drugs, partying all the time, having like this high level lifestyle where they just fall asleep and they're in the midst of all kinds of craziness. And then they adopt the idea of just live and let live and just ignore everyone, do as thou wilt, basically, right? It's not this crazy concerted effort where every 3 weeks, 3 days, and 3 hours apart, they go to somewhere in the woods and they wear hoods around pentagrams and slice their wrists over top of the pentagram. Like, I don't think that's how it works. It's just illogical to think that. So all that to say, people could slip out. Now, you're not really going to be able to slip out if you were murdering people because you would go to prison for life. They would easily just throw you under the bus. And maybe Young Thug did something he wasn't supposed to, for example. Well, he's not even allowed to leave the jail now, right? They hit him with all his old cases. And he was like promoting all kinds of stuff, right? Russell Gregory, thank you for the $10 super chat, brother. Much love. 100. Steve Tomato. If Elon were really for free speech, he would have ended the government/Twitter backdoor relationship that Dr. Shiva's lawsuit uncovered upon acquisition. Well, Steve, thank you for the super chat. The cover story is that it takes a while to fully change everything, and he's still working on it, and now he's exposing their relationship. I mean, that's the cover story. Shout out to the 40 people at Rockfin. This will just be on YouTube, but I will start doing a lot of streams that end on Rockfin so I can fully say everything. So anyway, we actually have some crazy streams coming. I do have to get off of here soon though. I always go over. So anyway, I think that there are people that slip through. That's my point. And that's just me being logical, right? Because if you didn't take one of those earlier pieces of potential blackmail, and then you just like they sacrifice someone around you, then that's definitely something that happens. Like the MGK dude, the rapper, he was like making music forever. No one's ever heard of him really, just like nobody. And then the same year his dad dies, he blows up. Michael Jordan's father. It would be endless list, but Kanye West, our gays, mother, right? And it's like, think about that. If you're like trying to make music your whole life and then you start to get some success, and then the baby, the rapper, literally the same day that his album went number one, his first number one, where he really blew up, that same exact day, his dad died. And it just seems like you would be like, whoa, this is crazy. There's this power that I don't know that's clearly above me, that's controlling these industries I'm trying to work within, trying to have success within. And dude, they kill people. They will kill people around me. They could kill me. They could kill my loved ones. So you're traumatizing the submission. That would work way better than them walking up to you and giving you all the dirt, letting you know everything they're going to do, giving you decisions, asking you to be a part of it. Because what if you say no? What if you say no? Do you then get to expose them? It makes way more sense, right? That it's like they catch you doing something, or then they traumatize you with people around you, right? And so like the question would be like, for example, like LeBron. How do they control LeBron? They didn't make LeBron good at basketball. That dude was in 8th grade dunking. What is he, like a clone? He's a robot or something? How far are you going to go out of ego to keep your... LeBron just good at basketball, okay? But then they do obviously control that man. He says what he needs to say, right? He's clearly controlled. So how do they control LeBron? It's a perfect example. There's something that happened. I don't know if someone near him died or not. I haven't really looked into him. I don't know if he got caught on Epstein's Island or somewhere else akin to that, right? There's some way that he knows they control him, right? Mind control. I think that without physical implantation, mind control is going to be difficult to hold long term, and you need a good amount of time via SRA and stuff like that, or even like MK Ultra practices, from my understanding, to actually condition someone well enough that you can fully control them. Now, if they agree to take a chip, then that would get them. And I think that's possible. Some of them may agree to take a chip, and then they can be messed with. Who knows? Tiffany Vinci. Thank you for the $10 super sticker. Much love. Money. Yeah, but like, I think money's a big part of it as well. Of course, is a big part of it. See, that goes along with my point. My point is that they'll just do all this stuff, right? And they'll just hope that they never have to worry about you. They'll give you different women. They'll give you money, right? They'll do all kinds of stuff. And they hope they don't ever have to worry about you speaking out or getting out of line. And when you do, that's when they pull out bigger stuff. It would be stupid not to be like that, in my opinion. Ephesians 12:6, anyone? Thank you, Adam, for the $20 super chat. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. That is the right one, right? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Yeah. True that. Thank you very much, Adam. And that's my point, bro. That's my point. Is like, yeah, you super trooper truthers you don't seem to know what's going on. It's a spiritual war, and you guys get it. I'm kind of ranting. This is my point. Elon is one of those exceptions. He's in on it. He already has a chip. He's done some crazy dark stuff. Like he's propped up in that position, but it's not like there's like a reason for him to be there, right? Like, because his whole story is, I don't know. It's just very interesting to look at this from a different angle than just, oh, everyone is just, oh, we know they all sold out and they worship the devil. It's like, yeah, maybe sort of like it's a little deeper. There are a lot of them are satanic, but it's like, why can they never leave? Why? Dude, they have dirt on them. That's the most logical answer. And all that to say, if they don't have dirt on you, now you have Ye over here, who some people say is a psyop because they know, but it's the people, by the way, to just so people know. I saw people saying like, oh, you're telling people not to be paranoid. That's our job as truthers, or don't like bash the people that support your channel or whatever. First of all, dude, I don't cuck to people because of their opinions. If someone sends me a $5 cash app, that doesn't mean they then get to talk to me crazy like they own me and tell me what to do with my content. I don't care about money. So that's not how that works. Right? But my point is, I'm not bashing someone that doesn't trust Ye, that thinks it could be a psyop or anything like that. I have no problem with that. I have a problem with people acting like they know for a fact that it is, and that everyone is beneath them and stupid and not even gullible because they even think for a possible second that he's actually just bucking the system somehow, right? And that's what I call the super truther, super trooper truther. I want to just call them the super truthers, but it's like people may not put together the joke. I don't know. I haven't decided. Thumbs up is free. Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, what we're going to do is we're just going to pause the stream until you guys smash the thumbs up. We have 388 people watching the stream, but we don't have many thumbs up. So we're just going to sit here for a few seconds until you guys smash the thumbs up. Smash the like button, please, or we'll just sit here and look at stars. Hey. I wonder if they have like a beat on here. It actually helps the stream quite a bit. Waiting for people to smash the light. Hey, I'm gonna put a mic. Waiting for the people to smash the mic. Smash the light. Put a mic. People worshiping Elon. Get a chip, then you gone. Lighten your soul, flee away. I could do this every day. Smash the like button, help us break the algorithms. I don't think they trying to listen. My visions, they really live it. Guess they live it, they don't live it. I don't get it. I can't give in, that's a given. All I give them, all I'm giving. Hope they listen. Hey, smash the like. Smash the like. Smash the like. All right, I'll stop trolling you guys. All right, so we're gonna watch this this video exposing Elon real fast. Musk must suck to suck, my brother. And then we'll go from there.
Elon Musk as some sort of eccentric heavyweight genius with humble beginnings, but this is demonstrably false. Elon Musk was born in South Africa, where he claims he grew up extremely poor, but his family owned an emerald mine. As a teenager, Elon would trade emeralds for cash in New York City, and his father bragged how they had so much money we couldn't even close our safe. Musk claims to have had about $100,000 of student loan debt, but he received a full scholarship to the University of Pennsylvania, where he bought a 10-bedroom frat house with his friend Adeo Ressi and ran an illegal nightclub. The pop culture claim is that Elon has an IQ of 155.
Cool story.
This has never been tested. And after being accepted into Stanford for PhD studies, he dropped out after 2 days. After dropping out, Elon began his first business venture with his brother Kimball, Zip2, which was essentially a digital version of the Yellow Pages. The brothers received tens of thousands of dollars from their parents, and yet Elon denies this. An associate of Elon's father, Greg Curry, got involved to bring in investors, but Elon's code was no good, so they had to hire on professional coders to rewrite everything. Zip2 was then sold for $307 million to Compaq, who later shut it down without ever earning a profit. Elon made $22 million, bought a $1 million McLaren F1 supercar, which made mainstream news, before he totaled the uninsured vehicle. Musk then went on to create an online bank, X.com. He partnered with banking expert Harris Fricker, Edward Ho, and Christopher Payne. All three ended up leaving the company after accusing Elon of lying to the media about the quality of their product. Elon claims he founded PayPal. Before the company was named PayPal, it was known as Confinity. It was founded in 1998 by Peter Thiel and Max Levchin. After losing millions of dollars, Elon's X.com was bought by Confinity in a merger in 2000. All Musk contributed at Confinity was his own power struggle. He made himself CEO and pushed to change the name to X.com. The executive team successfully petitioned to fire Musk while he was away on vacation. Part of Musk's resignation agreement stipulated that all references to founders of the company will be removed from their website, allowing Elon to claim credit, which so far is all he has ever achieved. Peter Thiel then rebranded the company as PayPal, went public, and sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Elon made $180 million from the deal, which he then invested into Tesla, SpaceX, and failed company SolarCity. Elon falsely claims to be the founder of Tesla. Tesla was founded in 2003 by Mark Tarpenning.
All right, you guys get it. I dropped a link. I've actually played that on here before. I didn't realize it was like 5 minutes. That was forever. No one cares. That's like the base level stuff. This dude is, in conclusion, it must suck to suck. They're distracting you with all their stuff. They're using the archetype of this billionaire that no one can tell what to do. And he is, acting like he is like bucking the system and going against the left wing and stuff like that. When in reality, he's used to pull people over from the alleged left wing or whatever. And he wants to put a chip in your brain. And while everyone's distracted with yay, Balenciaga gay, all this other stuff, the Twitter files, blah, blah, blah. He then goes, does a speech, says, yeah, I'm going to put a chip in your brain. Then he announces, in fact, in one of these trials, I'll take the chip. Okay. And then he won't stutter anymore. So that'll be a great improvement. So it's just crazy because I just wanted to let you guys know I don't have long to stream, but I will start doing earlier streams, more in-depth streams on different subjects like I normally do. I know I haven't been doing a ton lately. We have a debate Friday, me and Jaren, by the way. So in conclusion, the dude's a psychopath, wants to put a chip in your brain. He says, if AI is basically summoning demons, and then he starts to work on AI. Says he wants to put a chip in your brain. He admits that his entire motivation was to integrate man with machine, was to become a cyborg, was to compete with the processing capabilities of artificial intelligence so that you can basically do everything that you do with your phone in times 1,000 when it comes to speed, because you'll be directly connected to the internet, directly connected to the information that you want. John Thomas, thank you for the super chat. It's not hard. What's it? It's about Solomon's Temple. Ever heard of O'Brien? I don't know what you mean by Hars. And I don't know what you mean by O'Brien. But yeah, I've heard of Solomon's Temple, man. They want to rebuild Solomon's Temple. Solomon's the symbol is actually the same as the Star of David, which is the hexagram, also known as the sexagram. He was the only person in the Bible to get 666 talents of gold, to have 666 attributed to him, 666. And yeah, they're obsessed with Solomon. That's where you get the Lord of the Rings idea from, because the wisdom of Solomon tells you that he had a ring where he had domain over demons. So they are definitely obsessed with rebuilding his temple. Seemingly, maybe it is in Israel. Who knows? They are rebuilding that temple already underground. That's a whole thing. But I'm not really sure I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. But thanks for super chat. Tell Jaren to unban, block me, or I'll never like his videos again. I'm not Jaren's dad. All right. I mean, I can ask him why he banned you and see what he says. I'm sure he has a reason, unless one of his mods did it. I'm pretty sure that like one person's like, do you like if someone gets banned from this channel? Do you think if they message me and say I'll never like your videos again, that they're just gonna get unbanned? I mean, I don't know what you did, bro. So, what's the debate, Austin? We are debating about the Earth on Modern Day Debate Friday night. I think at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, and I think I was talking to Eru. Eru might want to do some debates with me in the future on Modern Day Debate. I think that would be awesome. I I think I may venture out from just the same type of debates anyway. I'll keep you guys updated. So I got to go. We have to drive like an hour to go to this dinner. But in conclusion, obviously don't trust him, but just look out for the bigger picture, step back and try to apply some pattern recognition. Seemingly, they're going to prop this dude up as a hero. And, will he kind of join forces with Trump in a way? Maybe. I don't know. It just looks like they're all over the place. It looks like right now what they want you to do is just be distracted, looking all over the place. Like, oh, Trump's not really working with Elon, didn't accept his offer to go back to Twitter. He's pushing Truth Social. Oh, Elon is saying he's for free speech, but then he's kicking people off. They want you to constantly argue about that. Ye's over here going crazy. And then they're everything that he's saying, they're using as, even though he's just saying truth, right? So this is the argument that he would be a psyop. It's like, even though he's just saying truth, they're demonizing all of it because they don't want you to be able to say any of these things that are true. So yeah, that's crazy. But I will say, I heard him say Yahshua, and I'm like, that's really crazy that you would say that. So I think that he might be legit, and we're gonna hold off on that. And we're not gonna talk about him all the time. I don't think you should have idols. But also, people were asking me to make a baby registry. I made one. There's a few things on it. So one way to, of course, to support the stream, you have right here, P.O. Box 171433, Spartanburg, South Carolina, 29301. And we'll check that like once a week. And then I'll drop the link to the baby registry because people keep asking. If I can find it. There we go. I don't know if it'll work. Hey, if I drop this in the chat, will you guys let me know if it works? So what's Elon's obsession with X? I'm not sure. Who are the opponents Friday? We don't actually know yet. I think Trump ain't gonna run. That would be very good propaganda for the masses. I don't know. Like, basically, one thing I definitely don't like about what Ye and them are doing, talking about like Trump's the move and like, oh, not DeSantis, he's like aligning with Israel and all these. So does Trump, bro. Trump has been pro-Zionist for so many years. Like, are we gonna pretend we don't know that? No, he's just playing the game. Okay, well, the game is our enemy. That's our whole point. We don't like the game. The game sucks. The game is rigged. We don't like the game. We think the game's lame. Okay. The game can kick rocks. You get it? But they are calling out a lot of stuff to do with Israel. They're like, it's funny how every president has like someone from the Jewish mafia in the background. Which is what happened to your Discord? They deleted it. It got deleted. I am significantly censored nowadays. Kanye's controlled off to make people critical of Israel seem or Zionism look crazy. Well, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I mean, that's not like a crazy, profound take on my opinion. I guess it's possible, but so you're claiming that Ye is controlled and he's having them reach out to the real truthers like Owen Benjamin, who definitely thoroughly dismantles them and doesn't look crazy, right? And then you have Nick Fuentes on there, like specifically articulating what's wrong with Israel. How does that work within the hard I meant? Oh, Brian from 1984. Thank you for the $20 super chat, John Thomas, and thank you, John Smith. I don't know to John Thomas. I don't know the characters from 1984 that well. So I'm not sure. Are you saying like Elon is him or something to do with Solomon's Temple? I mean, you don't have to super chat to answer. I just don't know. Jaren is still the man, in my opinion. Yeah, me and Jaren are boys. Believe it or not, you don't have to agree with someone on everything. And the number one way to reach someone when it refers to like the scriptures of the creator is to not be like super like judgmental and like I have the perfect theology, right? It's like, yeah, that's just my opinion. It should give you a registry link and share. Is that not the right one? Did you guys click it and it didn't work? Share. Oh, maybe I didn't give you the right one. Share, copy link. Okay, I'm dropping it. Dropping the registry link in the chat, and I'll put it in the description as well. There we go. Edit video. Yeah, we got to get out of here. And like, if you guys know some base stuff that we might need for a baby, and you want to, and obviously don't have to do anything, just people were asking, and of course it would be greatly appreciated. I do have a couple letters, so in the next stream, I got a couple letters in my PO box. I'll be reading off the letters. Okay, so the next stream, I will read off the letters. We'll have like, if you send me something in the PO box, send a card or a letter, I will read it off on the stream. We'll have like a letter reading section. That's pretty cool. I like that. So we'll do that. And got it. That worked. Okay, cool. Thanks. Again, it's PO Box 171433, Spartanburg, South Carolina 29301. Oh yeah, shout out to my boy Matthew and Linda. They hooked us up with like a pretty dope baby gift with Aaliyah's name on it. It was super cool. All right, cool. Thank you guys for kicking it. I got to get out of here. I'll give you some more in-depth, longer streams soon about graving, about different things. So it should be cool. Again, we have the debate Friday night, and I'm going to start trying to do streams a little bit earlier. We're working on the website, working on the app, working on the next event, the sequel to this, True Earth Mount Rouge Summit. It's the Equinox Summit and True Earth Equinox. We will announce that later. We're gonna have it. So we're working on the app for that. I'm working on the app and the website for my stuff. So you'll be able to get a clean player there and get all my stuff there as well. So yeah, we're working on all of that. It should be here soon. But I had to get a business. It's not cheap to get this program that helps you do the software. I mean, help you do the website and the app, and then you have to pay Apple and Android for the app. And then we're trying to do this other separate app for the summits. So you have to do the same thing with that. Pay for the app, then pay for the Android and iOS approval for the app annually. And then, of course, you got to buy domains, and then you got to set it up. And we had to start a business. So I'd like start a business to be able to do the apps. So it was a whole ordeal, but I think we're managing to pull it off. And little Bryant Myers put me in a tricky situation. But hey, you can't trust anti-flat earthers and take their word, right? I mean, I should have known better. So it is what it is. I may expose that dude though, because I'm like salty, but I'm trying to be cool. And I just trust the creator and not act out of not impulsively respond out of emotion or something like that. But I'm like, yo, you gave me your word so many times. You said, even if you back out, you would still send me the money that we agreed to since I publicly announced it. And you promised me like 10 times. So I'm like, there's no way he's going to go back on his word. Now I have all the email proofs that he kept promising me and giving me his word. So then I went and paid off that stuff. And then he's like, oh, no, never mind. And just screwed me. And now we're like 2 weeks, 3 weeks out from my baby being here. And it's just like, oh, we're going to like a natural birthing clinic, and that's whatever. It'll all work out. All right. Moral of the story, don't trust gammas. All right. Thank you guys for kicking it. Just kind of a chill stream. Just wanted to let you guys know that you may not have heard of it, that they're pushing this Neuralink thing and officially announcing that they're doing human trials. And Elon announced that he's going to do it. And he's point blank telling you, he says in there that it'll help you it'll help integrate computer with your mind and soul. He literally says that. And then when he says soul, he stops, like he messed up. And then he just stutters some more and changes the subject. So he says mind and soul. He wants to make you a cyborg. And that, a side benefit that we may accomplish on the way is that we could help you with your spine or something like that. But we actually just want to integrate you with computer to compete with AI, or at the least enjoy the ride, go along for the ride. What a psychopath. So Jesus said so, or Jesus said no. Yay, 2022. Yeah. Pretty funny. All right. Thank you guys for kicking it. Seek and speak truth unequivocally. If you want to support the channel, $witsitgetsit on Cash App, witsitproton, or paypal.me/innerworld. All the links are down below. You can also become a Patreon. We did another epic Patreon only stream that was like 2.5 hours long Sunday night. Every Sunday night we have a Patreon only stream. We'll be doing YouTube member only perks here soon. Once we get everything rolling out, 2023 is going to be awesome. We're going to have a huge shift, branding, website, apps. We're going to have a schedule for everything, for all shows, for all member exclusive perks. It's going to be cool. So we are on the brink of it being really, really huge upgrade in content and reach and stuff like that. So shout out to all you guys that were here beforehand. Once we have this new flood of people coming here and that help make it possible. And you guys are the legends. You guys are the real MVPs. Seek and speak truth unequivocally. The weak find contentment in the consensus of ignorance. So who cares what other people think? Other people are always going to attack you because they need to try to project their own insecurity onto you. And a lot of people are just weak. And if they think if they tear you down, that makes them more validated somehow. And like somehow they become smarter or better people or more accepted. And all they care about is being accepted. And their greatest fear is to step out against that. And they actually are envious of you, subconsciously seeing that you're not afraid of them. You're not afraid of the public and the majority and the consensus, and you speak for yourself. So they attack you. That's just going to happen. The weakest people are going to attack you, but strong people don't care what weak people think. Informed people don't care what ignorant people think, right? Smart people don't care what dumb people think. So it just is what it is. Just speak the truth regardless. What's true is not popular. What's popular is not true. So, speak the truth. And when you revile for the truth's sake or for the creator's sake or for his name's sake, rejoice, for they did it to all the prophets before you. That's how it works. I'll catch up with you guys manana, probably an earlier stream as well. We'll end up posting an official schedule. Thanks for kicking it. Watch out for the Grabolas. Peace out.
There's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this report and ships important. Yes, of course it is, but extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks. We ignoring which informant this, informant this. It looked like we were snoring tricked. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically, we in a field. That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Rappers actors say they high, say they sip with pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field. That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real?